Welcome back to Just Got Radio on BJPenn.com. I'm your host, Cole Shelton. Episode 205 is off to UFC 320. Just one guest is going to be Youssef Zalal to preview his fight against Josh Emmett. A couple other interviews, obviously. Unfortunately, fell out at the last minute due to different reasons, but really good chat with Youssef. This is a big fight against Josh Emmett. He's really looking forward to this one, coming off that big win over Calvin Kattar. And he knows he called out Josh. Josh didn't seem too thrilled to get the fight, but he's really looking forward to this one. He thinks Josh that perfect next step for him. He knows if he can get out there and get a finish, kind of sets him up to really kind of get in that conversation for the featherweight title shot. Be sure to share the show, subscribe, tune into bjpen.com's YouTube and the website. Obviously, ton of content every single day for you. And thank you all for listening. All right, we're jumping UFC featherweight. Youssef Zalal is back in action here and has a massive fight at UFC 320. Youssef, how's it going, man?
I'm good, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Obviously, before we get into this one, I just want to touch on the last one. Fighting a guy like Calvin, I know you wanted to finish, but just getting that win, were you happy with your performance? I know we talked before, you wanted to finish, but I know it was a win against a very tough guy. It's hard to put out. So, what do you kind of take away from that fight?
Man, I don't know. I'm always weird about. I'm never. It's weird. Like I need to be more happy and more grateful for the wins. Obviously, I'm always grateful for the wins. Obviously, especially on my second stint in the UFC. So I definitely was a little disappointed a little bit. But again, there's a lot of things that happened. I think in that fight that changed a lot of things. But hey, the to get away with the win against Calvin Kattar and to make him look how I did, it's a blessing in disguise for sure.
And then time frame wise, fighting in February now to October, is this a bit later than what you wanted, or are you hoping to return a bit sooner?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I wanted to come back earlier, but obviously, when you get to the rankings, apparently
Mhm.
things change. So I'm like, wanted to stay active. I'm seeing all these guys staying active, and I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And obviously, everybody was booked in the featherweight division, especially in the top 15. So, and we had like a bunch of shuffles in the top 15. So, hey, I got a better opportunity and even a bigger opportunity. So I'm very excited about this one.
I know you did call out Josh, so how happy were you that the UFC obliged and that is the fight they're making?
Man, everybody thought I was like, oh man, this is just Josh. The only reason why I called out Josh because he was the only one that didn't have a fight,
Yeah.
and him and Laurent, but obviously Laurent got that fight. So I was like, that's the only two people I called because I think Arnold was I don't know what's going on with him. Yair was hurt, especially after his fight. I think he got like surgery or something. So it was like all these guys were booked. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call out the shot to try to get the two guys that don't have a fight and then trying to fight. So that was my thing, and I'm happy I got it, and I can't wait to go out there and perform.
I know Josh did say he was only trying to fight big name guys and kind of shut it down. So now that the fight's booked, were you surprised that he ended up accepting the fight then after his comments?
I think he has no choice, and he's about to find out who's the bigger name after this. So it really doesn't matter. It's part of the game, and it's the fight game. You know, you had your time, and you fought the big guys, and you obviously you had your chance. So hey, now it's the younger generation, and then it's the upcoming guys that come in and take your spot. So, and I'm very excited to see how Josh comes in and defend that spot.
What have you made of his last couple fights? Obviously, 1-3 in his last four. With the one win, it's obviously that crazy KO over Bryce, showing he still has the power. But he is it doesn't seem like he is. I don't know. Do you think he is kind of getting older and slowing down, or do you think it is the level of competition he is fighting?
I think it's definitely the level of competition, but also it's like he's no matter how old this guy is, he can
Mhm.
put you out. He can put your lights out. So you have to respect that, and you have to understand that. So it doesn't matter. That's why he's stayed in the top 10 for years and years and years because of that reason. You know what I mean? So yeah, you definitely got to watch out. Obviously, with his power and stuff like that, and also his durability too. So he's a very durable guy and very dangerous guy. So you gotta stay in your p's and q's nonstop.
Uh, I'm not sure if the belt order will stay, but right now they have you guys opening up the main card. So, what would that be like for you? Opening up a pay per view main card and a pretty good pay per view as well.
Like I said, man, it's a grateful opportunity, and I can't wait to take all the advantage out of it, and then really go out there and put my name up there, especially with the featherweight division, what's going on right now, and get myself into that top five, top title contentions and stuff like that. So I can't wait for October 4th, man, and it's gonna be a good one.
Do you think Calvin was a pretty good test to fight Josh, where he is kind of known for his boxing. He has some good power, but like I think Josh is a bit better than Calvin. Like has a bit of the wrestling, but I feel like they are pretty similar in a way.
I mean, I disagree with that. I think Calvin is better than Josh. I think he
You
has better
do.
boxing. He has a better fighting style, and I mean the wrestling. We haven't seen the wrestling. The first time ever, Josh Emmett shot the wrestling is the last fight against Laurent, and it's the first time since his UFC debut. So it's like I really don't see him as good as boxing as and I think he lost that fight against Calvin Cater. I don't think Calvin Cater
Mhm.
lost that fight, and I think a lot of people agree with me on that one too. So, hey, but it's part of the game, you know. And I'm just happy that I got to fight such a legend like Calvin Emmett as well.
Uh, do you think Josh, like, I think kind of a knock on Josh is he relies too much on that power where he just kind of waits for that perfect shot all the time and he doesn't throw a whole lot of volume. So, like, do you think that's where you can have a big advantage? It's like your kind of volume is sticking and moving in this one?
I don't know about just stick and moving. There's a lot of things. Obviously, that's like my style is be elusive and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and obviously take as much as less damage as possible. You know what I mean? But it's part of the fight game. You know what I mean? You get hit, you get hit. But hey, you fall in love with the power. I would fall in love with the power as well if I had his power that he has. Yeah, I would definitely go out there and try to take everybody's head off. So yeah, definitely. But obviously, he comes from a good team, and I'm assuming they're gonna come up with a good game plan, and I'm excited to fight the best Josh Emmett.
Uh, do you bring in anyone for this camp or the same kind of crew you always work with?
No, I have a few people. I have Gaethje came in, sparred me a little bit. I trained with Corey a little bit, even though he's not the same style, but just the IQ and then the high level. And then I got Miles Johns coming in as well. So there's
Mhm.
definitely a couple things that I'm working on. And hey, it's an exciting fight.
I guess Gaethje's a pretty good luck. If you can deal with that power, you can probably deal with Josh's.
100%.
Uh, with this one, like, where, like, how do you kind of see it playing out? Like, Josh is a pretty durable guy. Like, I know, like, Ilya wasn't able to finish him. Like, even he beat him up for 5 rounds. I know Yair did put him out, but like, you're a guy. You kind of finish a lot of these guys that are hard to finish. Like, how do you kind of see it playing out?
Man, this fight game is wild. You know what I mean? All I know, he's never fought somebody like me.
Mm,
I know a lot of people said, "Oh, it's like Laurent and this and that." He never fought somebody like me. He never fought somebody like that can do jiu-jitsu, that can do wrestling, that can do striking, that can do boxing, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody was talking about Calvin's boxing, and I went out there and outboxed probably one of the best boxers in that top 10. So for me, it's just another problem and another puzzle that I can't wait to go solve and pass that.
do you ever go back and watch like your UFC fights from your first tenure? Because it's like it's a completely different guy in there. Like, it doesn't even look like the same way you fight at all.
Oh, 100%, man. That was the younger Youssef. You know, that was just pure talent and young, hungry, and stuff like that. There was no experience. There's no confidence. There's no purpose. There's no like everything that I'm doing is for a reason and stuff like that. So it's definitely there's a lot more growth, and that's why they say experience is the best teacher. And I'll always stick with that. And I'm happy that my story and then my career story as well. What happened to it? It's the most amazing thing to me, at least, and I'm super grateful for that.
Who is going to be in your corner for this one?
Mark Montoya, Mario Correa, and then David Unama.
Get past Josh. Like, where do you think that kind of puts you in the featherweight division? Like, I know he's only one spot ahead of you, but he does have a big name. Like, I wouldn't be surprised you get a top five guy if you get past Josh.
Man, I'm telling you right now, it's in this game. It all depends on how you perform, right? And then you can pass a lot of people. And then we got Gene Silva that's fighting next
Mhm.
week with Diego. I feel like if Gene Silva wins, he's gonna fight for the belt. If Diego wins, obviously you're gonna give it to Laurent. So it just depends on how things go. But when I beat Josh Emmett, I definitely want to call out the top five, top six guys, and really keep my momentum going and go from there.
What do you make of the top of the featherweight division? Like, obviously, that big fight's up next weekend. You had Lerone knocking out Pico. I thought Lerone was going to win. I didn't think it was going to be like that. Like, what do you kind of made of the top of the division lately?
Man, it's one of the most brutal divisions. Like there's no easy matchups. Like there literally like no easy matchups in that division that you like, man, this guy's gonna walk through this guy. This guy's gonna walk through. No, there isn't. You know what I mean? And it makes it exciting. All those guys are finishers as well. So most of those guys in the top five have in the last three fights finished at least one fight. So it's kind of, which is pretty insane for a
Mhm.
featherweight division. So yeah, man, it just brings more eyes on us, and it's very exciting. And I can't wait to be in that category as well.
Does that like excite you? Like looking at those like possible matchups, you get a win. It's like Yair, like obviously Volk, like Lerone, Diego, like Silva. Like there's all like whoever you get matched up with, like they're all pretty fun fights on paper and like pretty dangerous fights for everyone.
Yeah, man, it makes you like really get your shit together, as they
Mhm,
say. You know what I mean? Because you can't cut corners in this game, especially with the like you said, the top five guys. It's like you got Volk that's good at everything. You got like Mozart that's like you better get your wrestling to the best it's ever been, and you got like Laurent, which is striking as well, and patience, and then
mhm.
you got like Gene Silva, which is straight power and energy and aura about him, and then Diego the same thing. So there's like a lot of things. So you definitely got to sharpen up all your tools and be ready.
Uh, I imagine this will probably be it for you this year, just because it is kind of hard to get those fights in top five. Are you kind of hoping you can sneak one more in?
Never say never, my friend. I
Yeah.
always want to fight as much as I can, and obviously, especially at this sport, the younger you are, the more healthier you can get and faster you can get. So I definitely want to be back potentially in December, and hopefully we'll see how the matchups go and the fights go in the next few weeks, and then kind of go from there.
Just two more things. I don't know how much you pay attention to it, but obviously UFC's off ESPN, like off pay-per-views. Like, what do you think that's gonna do for the sport? 'Cause I think it's a good thing. Like, Paramount, CBS is a big deal, and I just think like getting off pay-per-view is such a like gonna get way more eyes. I think it's gonna make it even bigger than it already is.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have no clue. I don't know what's going on between that stuff. So I mean, like, I just hope it works out for the fighters, and it gets us a better pays, and then better like eyes on us. So I definitely hope that's the case. And hey, man, I'm fighting in one of the best, not one of the best, the best promotion in the world. So I'm definitely just happy with that, and grateful for that.
I one thing I do hope it make changes. I don't know if it will. Is getting rid of the performance bonuses and just have a straight like finish bonus. Like you get a finish, you get like 50 or 70 grand, whatever it is, and then it's not like oh there was like 8 finishes, but only these two guys get like the bonuses.
I mean, hey, you ain't gonna see me complaining about that. So
uh,
if that's the case, I love that.
just final thing, like what is kind of the goal then for you going forward? Like we kind of talked about it a bit, but you kind of close in on title shot and like kind of getting those top guys. Like next couple, like what do you kind of see like this time next year? Like what's your ideal kind of year look like?
Yeah, exactly what I said. It's definitely the title contention talk. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, oh, okay, now we got Youssef that's in the mix and stuff like that. And if they did a UFC Africa, that's another thing as well. So there's a lot of things that's floating around. You know what I mean? So it's the name of the game in this business, man. He's got to be ready for the opportunity. And when the opportunity comes in, it comes in. You know what I mean? There's a lot of hype sometimes, and there's a lot of this and that, but it can all end out of one performance. And everybody hated on Laurent on all the things that he did, and then wow, he gets one spinning knockout. Everybody, oh my god, yes, this is the next guy. I was like, you guys are just shitting on him the last two fights. He's
Mhm.
not a finisher. He's not this. He's not that. So I use him as an example, and it inspires me to kind of go. And I like I can't wait to go fight out there and have some fun.
It is crazy how fast the sport changes and how like fans forget so quickly. Like you lose one fight and everyone's like, "Oh, this guy sucks. Like he's never gonna be anything." And then they like rally off like 4 or 5 in a row, and it's like, "Oh, I never doubted this guy." It's funny how the fans work.
Welcome to MMA, man.
Yeah. Well, Yusuf, I appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much for doing this again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.